Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is TBR Schmitt and this is my wife Samantha.
Hello.
And today we are watching episode 5 and 6 of Better Call Saul. What'd you think of the last two episodes?
Amazing.
Yes.
In very short succession, we have watched quite a few episodes in a row here.
Yeah, we've watched like 4 or 5 episodes within the last like 2 days or something.
Yeah, so it might blur.
It's all blending together, unfortunately.
The whole 5th season. But this has been so fantastic so far. Obviously, we always go into great detail at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
So we don't really have to get into it. But season 5 has been phenomenal.
Season 5 has been phenomenal. I think there's a couple like heavy moments of like looking forward to what's going to happen, specifically with like Kim versus Saul, like that fabricated like story, and Mike waking up somewhere else. Lots of potential movements for some characters, as always. Feels like that every episode, but super excited to see what the heck comes next.
Yeah, me too.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this, as well as everything else that we've reacted to, a link to our Patreon is in the description. If you would like to interact with us on our Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, let's get into the episodes.
Where am I? Who brought me here? Did Fring do this?
Siéntese.
Sir,
Le sirvo un vaso de agua.
you were stabbed and almost dead, most likely. All right, yeah, let's just put our clothes on and leave. Obviously, a friend or someone who wants you alive brought you here. And I'll edit all of that out if I'm wrong.
You have no idea where you are. What are you doing, Mike? Oh my God.
Dude. Shocker. That's fancy.
Look what you've done to all my fine work.
Is this the doctor that also works on Gus after he's poisoned?
I think it might be.
What's he want with me?
He's asked me to keep you alive. Will you allow this?
No, I'm stubborn.
Utilities will drop and cut their lines while we take down the north fence.
I think I might be seeing a hitch here.
Wait, who are you?
Yeah, where'd you come from?
If you let everyone go right now, you might save half a day's salary in fringes.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm Everett Acker's attorney. I'm just dotting the I's and due diligence.
Can you make sure he cooperates with the eviction?
Can you make out the address on that?
1130 Arroyo Vista? Is there a problem?
Well, I mean, is that where we are?
There were house numbers on that mailbox, plain as day. 1130.
Did we change the address?
No, I think I just took the numbers off.
This here's 1240 Arroyo Vista.
Sir, you got something with an address on it?
Wow, how convenient. Some mail, maybe?
Is that fraud?
Mail fraud, for sure, yeah. Almost everything Jimmy does is fraud.
Before you go forcing an elderly veteran from his home, wouldn't you like to know you got the right place?
Yeah.
Come on, all we're talking about are some missing house numbers.
I have to make a call.
We needed this to be a little bit more official.
Everybody take 10!
I think that's Bender. The voice of Bender.
Oh.
From Futurama.
Yeah.
And Marcus Phoenix.
Now the guy gets a lawyer.
We had it straightened out in a matter of hours.
It's costing us a day, but we're past that. Tomorrow they're finally tearing the place down, right?
And that's the plan.
That only bought us a day?
The lawyer Acker hired, it's Jimmy.
You're Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's getting in front of it.
Okay, so what now?
In fairness to you, I'll withdraw from everything having to do with the Tucumcari project.
Withdraw?
Of course, this is just Tucumcari we're talking about. I'll continue to handle everything else as usual.
I smell a rat.
Ooh.
Acker hiring Jimmy, that's no coincidence. And I heard about the talking to you gave that guy. Sounds like you tore him a new one.
Sure. In public.
He went and hired Jimmy specifically to take you away from us. Kim, I know a scam when I see one. I am not gonna let this guy deprive me of the best in the business.
But is this still part of it, or?
I just wouldn't want there to be any question of conflict of interest.
Well, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I say, why change horses midstream? We gotta get this thing moving. Got it?
Got it.
I think this is still all part of it, because now Kim gets approval to not worry about the conflict of interest.
Yeah.
But Kim can also just now personally tank her own defense. Whereas if she lets someone else do it, they could beat
Jimmy.
Yeah.
There are no drugs here. No men with guns, either.
Just a nice little community.
You're welcome to leave. 5 kilometers from here, there's a gate that leads to the main road. Once you're on that bus, you're perhaps a day from El Paso.
That's a lot of walking.
As you are now, you would not survive the journey. My advice is to rest.
Interesting he didn't like stitch up half. He stitched half of it and the other half was just like...
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that too.
Fring carts me all the way down here. Why?
Sir, you were dying on the side of the street.
I'll be back to check on you in 3 days. Then, perhaps you will be able to travel. I can get a message to your family.
They're fine.
It's a peaceful little place.
Yeah, just go chill, Mike.
Yeah, he's so fucking grumpy. Oh, Max. Is that Gus's partner's village, maybe? Like where maybe he grew up?
Oh, maybe.
What are we doing?
Hello, Howard.
Oh.
Hi, Jimmy. Just touching base to see if you've had any thoughts on what we talked about.
I've been thinking of nothing else, really.
Glad to hear it.
Mulling it over, reflecting, trying to give it the consideration that it deserves.
And Jimmy.
Wow.
What is in there?
I don't know. Just more shit to terrorize Howard with, I assume?
You know, the more I wanted to go, the more he wanted me to stay. We were at his country club.
Cutting it close to tea time. Pressure. That's excellent.
Spot on.
Paint a picture, set the scene. Come on.
He sits to the side.
He's a side sitter.
I guess so.
What does that mean?
Well, you never told me that he was a side sitter.
Use that somehow.
I'm not gonna let him
Wait, do
deprive...
the voice. Do he talk like this?
No.
No.
Ding dang do.
Lawyer comes in, crazy comes out.
Of course, Kevin.
Wait, are you being me?
Does Kim even do that?
I don't like waiting one bit. Never have, never will. Bottom line. Blah, 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 blah.
Spot on.
Would you care to take a shower with me?
Well, shoot. I believe I would.
Locals only.
Su llamada internacional no puede ser realizada.
Are you gonna build a way to communicate?
She just
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Just cooking.
Eat your soup, Mike.
Yeah, dude. Such an asshole. There you go. The words are thank you.
Gracias.
That's better. Oh, we're charging the phone.
That was such a delayed
I know.
response.
I thought it was still something to help him wire like this radio to turn into something.
How are you feeling? Better, I trust. Why am I here? Now is not a good time.
Oh.
What's going on here?
Some sort of like artifacts.
So what about it, Doctor?
I'd say these pieces
Doctor.
are likely contemporary. But we need to do a systematic property search to be sure. A day or two, a week at the most.
Wow.
Seriously? I have to make a call.
This poor sheriff. Another win.
How long can he keep doing this for, though?
He's suing on behalf of the Water District. He's claiming there's a flaw in the original land grant from 1846.
That's ridiculous.
Good acting, Kim.
Your smoke detectors?
Yeah, isn't this a way to like make a bomb or something?
What was it? Department of what?
Environment.
We gotta get soil samples.
Grounds radioactive.
I'm gonna have to,
Make a call.
you know.
That's right, Tucumcari, right off 54. There's plenty of parking.
Get a church involved. Whoa, Jesus. What a good job.
If they're saying it's radioactive over there, how the hell is Acker still in that house?
The concern was for the construction crew.
We should be clear to resume construction on Thursday.
Assuming nothing else comes up.
Something else will.
What if there were a way to turn this around on them? What if you don't build the call center? There's nothing to delay. The other side's the one spending money with no hope of recovering their expenses.
Build it on the other site.
Yeah.
You make the switch, and you've won.
Lot 2375 is available, and our permits still apply. We took the liberty of running the numbers for you.
Kim's original plan.
It would be negligible.
Negligible. But now it's just on principle. Side sitter.
You're gonna figure out a way to get them off my property. That call center's not moving one goddamn inch.
Okay. Jimmy, keep coming up with ideas to stall.
You gave it your best shot. You gave Acker more than he deserved. Putting me on this, that was bad. If anyone found out, you risked a lot for this guy.
Risked everything.
This time next week, Acker will be living somewhere else. Plus, Mesa Verde, you can only push him so far. There's always another play.
Uh-oh. The extreme Jimmy play.
But the rational thing to do here is close the deal, pop the champagne with the other winners, smile like you mean it.
Just teaser.
Or?
Kim.
She can't resist.
We go after Kevin Wachtel. Gets nasty, gets personal, gets dangerous.
Literally go after the guy who's paying all of your bills.
No.
Well, she's going to do it because she's
know.
dumb. How many public defender cases do you think Kim has worked on since putting her focus on this?
Okay.
Kim.
Okay.
We're just losing the point of everything we're doing.
And I'm sure Jimmy's gonna love this.
Oh, Jimmy's loving every second of this.
Hey, it's me. Listen, I got something for you. This is not like that other thing, okay?
Kim has no idea.
There's a lawyer hiring a PI. What do you say?
No.
He's not even in America.
Oh, it's leaking.
Yeah. Slowly accepting his surroundings. There we go. Back to fixing. Rot.
Tómelo con calma. No tiene por qué hacer eso. No sea terco.
You got this guy where? Underground Craigslist.
This just a guy who knows people.
The vet. This guy is not discreet. This is the psycho who brought like 4 guns to the original. You remember?
With Daniel?
Yeah.
This is Mr. X. It's my work name.
I did the full workup as tasked. Guy's squeaky clean.
Damn.
I did a self-guided tour of his domicile.
You're saying you broke into his house?
Giselle, focus on the what and skip over the how.
Kim, you wanted this.
He has a security system with a touchy upstairs window sensor. I trip it a couple times with an airsoft. I show up in coveralls, toolbox, alarm company ID, and she is more than happy to let me have the run of the place.
All right, so you get in and you find what?
Nothing.
Opening the floor safe, nothing but life insurance policies, a couple of rings, and a commemorative $50. Now, I may not be a nail salon lawyer, but I know legit when I see it.
You think you could get into his downtown office?
But there's a better way. I get 2 more guys, roll up to the subject in an unmarked van, and we take him out to the desert.
Yeah, we're done here.
I am just providing options
All
for
right,
you.
just the way out.
Okay.
Exit through the gift shop.
Gonna notice something in these photos.
Yeah.
The horse logo?
What? What is it?
The logo has to do something. Like if, yeah, go after this. Is it fraud? Is it stolen? 1958?
I'm thinking you could take a break from Mesa Verde. I'll just step in and take point just on a temporary basis.
Uh-oh.
You know, Mesa Verde is fully informed of any potential conflicts. Still, I think you're going to need to take a break.
Oh, they're doing something dirty.
Maybe.
I had to twist your arm to get you down to Tucumcari for the eviction. That doesn't work, and abracadabra, your boyfriend's opposing counsel. I'm just not buying it.
Oof. Someone sees through your bullshit, but she might already have the smoking gun.
Yeah.
What are you saying exactly?
Oof, in front of
Let's
everyone?
talk in my office.
Go ahead and say it.
Oh, Kim, I don't like this.
You know I worked my ass off to get here. You
And you're
know that.
doing
Yes,
it
I
to
do know.
yourself.
So tell me.
I'm trying to protect you.
I don't need your protection. I need to represent my client.
If that's how you want it.
Oh my God.
God, Kim, you are fucking everything up. She's going to go forward with whatever she found for sure.
Well, for sure, but
It's going to cost her everything.
did it matter? Like, did it matter if she was off of the case? You know?
Oh, Gus.
Careful, Mike. All that hard work.
Yeah, some angry twists.
So what do you want from me?
I like to keep my business as far from here as possible.
And is that supposed to balance the scales?
It makes up for nothing. I am what I am.
What is this place?
Call it a memorial.
To what?
To who?
It seems to me that you are at a crossroads, estranged from your family. We both know how that ends. You have another choice. I need a soldier. You know what they are.
And you are so very different from them?
I mean, he didn't threaten your family. Salamanca's did.
I am different.
Why me?
Because I believe that you understand. Revenge.
Dang. What a line to end it. What is this? This is not Mike's granddaughter, right?
No.
Where were you?
I got held up down at the Clover.
You were drinking?
Kimmy.
Kim?
Oh, damn. Are we back in time with Kim?
Come on, it's cold out. Let's go get some food, go home.
It's cold out? You left her out there.
You're gonna walk 3 miles with the cello. Don't be stupid, get in.
I feel like she's being smart.
She should have put the cello in the car.
Yeah, well, cello's probably worth a lot.
Get in or I'm driving home. Right now, in the car. You never listen.
That sucked.
Yeah.
She walked like Kim. It was a very Kim-like walk.
You're right.
Freedom to ride, to explore, freedom to bank. I'm Don Wattell. Our family has taken pride in helping your family grow your savings. Ain't that right, Kevin?
That's right, Dad.
That's little Kevin.
Let our family help find your freedom at Mesa Verde.
So what's up with this logo? 'Cause that's got to be the whole issue, I feel like.
Yeah.
We can make it look like the same time period.
That's great.
You want it when?
As soon as possible. Tomorrow?
A week, maybe more.
Probably more. We have midterms.
Oh.
There's got to be a way, right? Because we're smart, so we can figure out a way, right?
It's going to get pricey.
We hustle. We can do it. We can.
Dude, can't be done.
A 1-day turnaround is crazy.
I don't know. What if we did the Superman thing? Blue screen, I think.
Do you mean the green screen?
They both work.
You got a green screen?
There we go. Green screen.
Is it in the nail salon?
Yeah.
There's fear here. There's emotion. You're searching for a hero, but don't hit it too hard. Just throw it away.
What a direction.
Stand right there. You look great. Eyes open.
Magic.
Magic. You can't have the pizza while we do the thing. You're a cool guy, okay, but not too cool. I need you to be relatable, right? Can you smile warmly? Take your Coke out of her hand. And now look sad, glum. Whip your head up here and then go. Action. Get back.
Nice.
Okay. And cut. Beautiful.
What is this finished product?
Yeah. I was trying to read the cue cards.
Will Acker settle for $75,000. Look, we'll negotiate as far up as we can, and then I'll make up the difference.
Pay out of her own pocket?
I just need to end this now. Rich is suspicious. He said some
Oh, I
things.
forgot about that.
Rich knows nothing.
Well, not yet.
Not
no.
ever.
You may be right, but it's just not worth it.
You're way late in this game, Kim.
It's your play. If you want to walk, we'll walk. I gotta break it to the kids. Well, there's a lot to clean up before Mrs. Nguyen can open in the morning, so.
I'll help.
No.
Jimmy, you're out here doing all this because of me. I'm helping.
Huh.
Lalo's using his CI connection, having Domingo call the DEA to rat out your dealers. Your guys are gonna get swept up.
Promote low-level dealers, or find new ones.
Dang.
Let them get arrested.
Hitting your supply trucks, getting your customers sick, busting open pipes.
Jeez.
So the bosses down south don't think you're worth the trouble.
Yeah, get rid of the money. There's no family connection.
From now on, you report to this man. He needs you. You do not hesitate.
So Mike's all healthy and back from his little vacation.
Obviously, Nacho and Mike already know each other, so...
Yeah.
Guessing there's something you want to get off your chest.
You know who you're working for, right?
When you started going after Hector Salamanca, there'd be others to worry about. You made a choice.
Dang.
My father didn't.
First things first. We take care of Lalo. Then we'll talk.
Yeah, I'm sure Mike didn't know that part of the strategy. Gus is supposed to be different in Mike's eyes. Maybe he's out here threatening to kill innocent dads.
Acker's decided to settle.
Tell Kevin he's got his call center.
There's a meeting on the books with Mr. Goodman for Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
Kevin's going to want to be there to close this out and celebrate. Kim, this was another tough one, but you did it. Again.
A team effort.
Are they just going out of their own pocket as a firm, or?
No, just beat Kim.
Rich, you've been nothing but generous to me. I believe me staying on the case was the right thing, but that was the wrong way to react. Just that I'm sorry.
You have a bone to pick with me, pick away. But never in front of the troops.
Never again.
You and me, we're going to lunch, and everyone is going to see us. Good?
Get the troops' morale up. Look, everything's perfect.
That was a scene.
Yes, it was. Is that the guy at the money place that Lalo killed? Looked like his picture on the ID.
Said Fred.
Yeah.
Are these really only a quarter each?
We get lots of donations, but there's just not enough room on the shelves.
My granddaughter's gonna love these. I will start with 8.
All right.
Why do I feel like I've seen this before?
Her? Is that what you said?
No, just like this whole book thing.
Oh.
Having crazy deja vu.
I'm a private investigator. Are you free to sit and talk somewhere, see if you remember any other details? I've been hired by the family. They're looking for closure, Lily. That look familiar?
Is this the car?
That's not for me to say.
Yes. Now that I look at it, yes, that was the type of car it was.
Okay.
That is a huge help, Lily. Thank you very much.
She's just planting that in her head?
I don't know.
If you were able to call the detectives who interviewed you, tell them that you remember that detail.
I don't think I can remember who I spoke to.
Well, I have that.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, because his car's red, no?
No, I think that's the car.
Oh.
He's just trying to get more details so that the cops can go after him.
Count your lucky stars, we got Judge Papadoumian.
You couldn't wear a different outfit?
You want a quick rub and tag? Just to say thanks? We'll clean you up nice with a warm towel.
A warm towel?
How?
Well, we gotta get back to it anyway. Almost lunchtime. Oh.
Maybe you should take a break.
Lunch is peak traffic.
Just be careful, okay?
Yeah.
Back to work.
How much for an hour of your time?
Excuse me, Judge Green. I keep hearing the news. A hole-in-one at Sandia? U.S. Open, here we come.
Golf.
Saw you shaking hands with Judge Green. I don't know if you heard about his retiring with his 22-year-old law clerk.
Oh, okay. Jimmy.
Can I help you?
Howie, you know.
What?
This is some sort of mistake. So.
Yeah, we made a mistake, all right. You owe us.
Owe you?
What?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I can leave if you need.
No.
If you need.
This is his restaurant.
Don't touch her!
Oh my
These are
god.
not my hookers.
Why are we torturing Howard?
Oh God, I'm good.
God, Jimmy, you're such a dick.
This man offered you a job. You destroyed his car and now his reputation again?
Hello, Olivia Bitsui? Have you ever heard of a bank called Mesa Verde?
Is he just gonna go forward?
Yeah, I'm like, is he whipping up like a class action?
Something. He's gonna go into this meeting where Kim thinks everything's solid and Jimmy's gonna just blow it up.
How long's it been down there? It's an inner office envelope. Isn't there a date?
Yes, today.
And where's it supposed to be?
Detective Roberts.
And don't you think that Detective Roberts should get it?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, sir.
Good job, Mike. You seem so official. That was easy to get more evidence.
You need to put eyes on this. Hit and run. Same day as our travel wire murder.
No way.
Same model our librarian just called in. What are the odds? This is sounding like our guy.
Time to pick him up. Oh, this is gonna be so
All
bad.
I care about is getting this behind us.
We won't have finalized contracts today, but we'll definitely land on an agreement. Considering we're only contractually obligated to pay $5,000, we believe $45,000 is more than generous.
45.
I knew there would be dickering, so let's just hear the number
Dickering?
you're looking for so we can all move forward with our lives.
What amount are you asking?
$4 million.
Oh.
We had an agreement.
We had a discussion.
We had a verbal agreement.
$4 million is the only number he'll be happy with.
Oh, Jimmy.
You just blindsided her.
Yeah. How does he think this is gonna go?
What's your end game here? Because you know you're never going to get that money.
I would love to bring up a completely unrelated matter.
Kevin, we can handle this.
Stick around, your dad's in this.
What?
I'm advising you to please just keep walking.
Oh my god, Jimmy.
No. I want to see this.
Oh, Kim is just fuming. If Kim is concerned about it being look like they're colluding, this is definitely doing a good job making it seem like they're not colluding.
My bank took my home over a technicality.
Yep.
Have you or a family member been wrongfully evicted from your home by Mesa Verde?
Turn it off. You know you can't do this.
This is a good one.
I can't stop it. It's everywhere.
Yep.
No way. Just the damage this video would do.
Should come into contact with black mold, then you may be entitled to a large.
Black
There's no
mold?
way in hell you can legally run these.
You can stop us. Some news outlet will pick it up. They'll run for free.
And Mr. was standing there with his pants down.
What?
Bank manager couldn't explain where all the extra fees were going. My bank was funding terrorism.
Terrorism?
This is Olivia Bitsui. She's a photographer. Here's another picture she took 54 years ago.
Kevin, say nothing.
My dad bought it fair and square. I have a copy of it hanging in my office at home.
You own a copy of the photo. You don't own the rights to it. That's copyright infringement.
You'll never be able to prove that.
He's just, this is like leaving me speechless.
We filed an injunction, so take down all your horsey logos until we can get this thing settled. Shouldn't take more than, I don't know, a couple years.
My heart is racing.
Yeah. He just blew them up. He just held them at gunpoint for $4 million and completely blindsided Kim.
How do we keep them off the air?
We're gonna have to get ahead of him. Notify the stations that they're susceptible to a libel suit if they air. We have to counter the copyright injunction.
Oh.
He's gonna just have to do it.
Don't do anything rash. Let your lawyers take care of it.
Kim, can I just go to the men's room?
Of course, yeah.
Where's he going? He's gonna go find Jimmy in the parking lot.
Yeah, right?
503
Caul
4455
Saul.
today. Where are you? Stay there. You're a third-rate huckster who'd sell your own mother's organs to get what you want.
Yeah.
Mr. Acker gets to keep his house, plus the $45,000 you were going to pay him. You throw in a public apology. Olivia Bitsui is compensated $200,000 for the use of her photo. Throw in a public apology for Ms. Bitsui while you're at it. And then those commercials, well, they'll never see the light of day. Can you imagine a world where we shake hands on that? Man to man?
Oh my God, I would grab him by the neck. How do you beat that though? Like the public damage, the time in court, it would all exceed $4 million in damages.
So 100% he has to take it.
Oh, that was the worst.
Baker 241 PD. Ran a 26, got a hit on a New Mexico plate. Last seen headed south on Brighton towards Lawrence.
Wow. Mike is just doing everything necessary. Oh, and Lalo's there driving. Oh, thank God there's backup. Lots of backup. How do we get out of this?
Oh my God.
Like, does Jimmy think Kim's gonna be happy? Will she be happy?
Hey, how'd it go? It was pretty perfect, right?
I mean, Kim was all for this plan less than 24 hours ago.
Look, apologies, all right? I'm sorry. But you know what? You being angry at me, that worked.
Yeah, that was Jimmy's play.
Rich was suspicious. Did he say anything?
No.
Great.
Got away with it. No harm, no foul.
Emotion like that, you can't fake it.
No, you can't.
So what did Kevin say?
She's gonna dump him.
I don't know about that.
Kevin is sick of lawyers, wants to be done with all of it. He's sticking with the handshake.
Boom.
They get dropped. He's done with lawyers.
Okay, Kim, look, I said I was sorry.
I said I was sorry.
It worked.
You win.
Will we win?
No, I didn't. I don't trust you.
Why?
You played me.
It was your plan.
Oh, fuck you, Jimmy. I can't do this anymore.
You have plausible deniability.
Jesus, Jimmy. Is that really supposed to justify everything?
Okay, Kim, I'm sorry. It will never happen again.
How many times has he said that?
Look me in the eye and tell me it'll never happen again. You can't. Either we end this now and enjoy the time we had, or we're...
Or what?
Maybe we get married.
What?
Yeah.
What?
She's hooked.
What does that do?
Jimmy can do no wrong. They can't testify against each other. They can keep fucking around. I assume that's what it is, you know? All right. That was episode 5 and 6 of Better Call Saul. What'd you think?
Wow.
Yes.
Episode 6, holy cow. So we had to take a little break in between filming the outro. It's been a couple of hours since we finished episode 6.
Yeah, and it's been
a couple of days since we finished episode 5.
Yeah.
You know, we had to hop right in the car and we were chatting in the car. And we're like, we got to save all this for the outro.
Yeah.
But couldn't not discuss some of the things that were going on.
Yeah, and I made a couple of excellent points. That's a joke.
I made a couple excellent points.
Yeah, the beginning of episode 6, watching the flashback with Kim, keeping her distance from her own mom, who she can identify is a bad influence in a bad place, however you want to phrase it. Someone who should be very close, she's able to kind of keep away because it's not healthy and safe for her.
Yeah.
That mirrored with her relationship with Jimmy.
Yeah.
She cannot keep Jimmy away.
Which was my point.
Yes, this is the point Sam made, but I get to say it now.
It's so wild to see just child Kim and her being able to put those boundaries up with her own mother and seeing everything going on. Clearly that isn't the first time that her mother's kind of left her in that type of situation. And she knows, like, you've been drinking. So the whole kind of how that's happening with Jimmy, I mean, maybe that actually makes a lot of sense. And it's like some childhood trauma type bond that she's having with Jimmy. But in my mind, I'm just thinking, like, you know better because of that. So that entire, I mean, we're starting right with the end. The entire end of episode 6 was so insane to me. I was so sure in my mind that I was like, she's dumping him.
Yeah.
Like, she's about to dump him. And he deserved it. Then we also have, I kind of briefly just talked about, it's weird how I felt about everything that happened with Jimmy. Like, I am absolutely disgusted with the way that he blindsided Kim, but I was also like, he did do good because he got that guy to be able to keep his house with a nice payout, and then he got the photographer payout for the rights to her her photos.
Yeah.
It was all the wrong ways to get to a good thing.
Which we've seen Jimmy do countless times, doing questionable things to get the right thing done.
Yeah.
This was, I feel like, one of the more extreme ones, because I feel like so many times he has some clever trick or some loophole or some angle that like really makes the case look different. Whereas this was just like a flat out, everything was a lie, everything was made up. It was just a threat of like, if this crap commercial gets out, the amount of damage it's going to do to your image is going to be worth more than $4 million. And then the other thing, like the whole play with the photographer, that one is a little bit more true. But like, again, it's still just like, I'm going to just destroy your image, or you can just give me what I want. And it's just like, oh, that was bad. And then you top that off with the fact that he blatantly goes against Kim. But it's really hard because you were like dead set on like Kim's gonna go in and like break up with him and stuff. I was more like, I don't know, Kim's not gonna be happy, she's gonna be pissed, but Jimmy's gonna be able to spin this because this really was all Kim. Like, she is the one who grew a conscience. She got a heart with this old guy in his house and like was sabotaging her own job to help this guy. She brought in Jimmy. She like pushed things to the next level. She found the smoking gun with like the whole logo and everything. This was essentially her plan, but the only thing that she was hung up on was the perception of collusion with Jimmy. And this, like Jimmy said, was the perfect way to keep Kim safe. Like the plausible deniability, the acting that was real from Kim's part.
Right.
That like no one for a second brought up collusion. They were just all so furious at Jimmy that no one even thought twice to even bring that topic up again.
Right.
So it's like Jimmy found a way to give Kim exactly what she wanted. She just didn't like how it was done.
Neither did I.
But that's what she wanted. And now she's like, let's get married.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm like, what is happening here? Like, that's, you wanna, what is it? Tie your horse to that wagon or whatever, whatever the saying is. Like, you know how Jimmy is and what he just did to you. And you're like, marriage.
I wish I had like a tally, a counter of how many times Kim has to go, okay, or how many times Jimmy has to go, never again. The amount of times that Jimmy's like, it'll never happen again. And Kim is like, okay.
Yeah, no, it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle.
It's a very vicious, toxic cycle.
Yeah.
But they continue to give each other what they want.
I know. It's just so crazy to me because I want to think that Kim is smarter than this.
She's a brilliant lawyer.
I know.
But like it's damn near impossible to beat Jimmy when he wants to win, because he will go into the dirt that all of these other lawyers won't.
Yeah. Well, and that's why he's like such a slime bag. Like, people are like,
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We had to go right to the end there because that was,
I think, the most shocking thing that happened these two episodes. I mean, like, my jaw was open the entire time he was like in that room with them.
Yeah, the video, because I was so confused what he was doing with that video. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Trying to read the cue cards. Like, I was like, what is happening?
Because I mean, the videos we see, it's like the sandpiper thing. And like, that was a legit situation where old people were taking advantage.
Yeah.
Or like the video of him selling ads. He's great at advertisement. Like, that was just a clever ad. Like, he made very, very good, reasonable ads and videos for people. Sure, he's done insanely questionable things a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I was genuinely shocked at just the pure filth of those videos and how absolutely none of it was true. It was literally nothing. Like, they're talking about black mold.
Oh yeah, none of it is true. They're just putting a bunch of horrible words on top of the Mesa Verde
original ad,
like logo and ad, but they've blurred out the name, and then the logo didn't fully include the name of the bank. Like,
right.
He knew just how far he needed to push it, because we've talked about how much Jimmy is a hustler. Like, so for him to probably research and gain the knowledge of everything that he needed to do to make this just passable.
Right.
Or at least enough that it would have to go to court for quite some time and be reviewed, like all of the things to make it not just like blatant
defamation or something.
Yes.
Yeah, or even if it is, they'll deal with it after the fact.
Yeah.
But how much damage is done until
just
you
airing
get
it.
Yeah, just airing it. And like the way that the other lawyers were talking about it, like they would have to reach out to every single TV station, and there was a game of whack-a-mole and
threatening lawsuits against the stations for airing it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Jimmy's going to find the one that he needs. And then he even said, like, all I need is one, because then the news is going to pick it up and they're going to air it for free.
Yeah.
So it was just wild, like so wild. The fact that he did it against Kim. We had a conversation of like a little courtroom thing that with like the person that Kim wanted to take the deal. And, you know, there was a little bit of conversation that we had and that we saw in the comments of like, did Jimmy knowingly trick Kim in this moment? Did she not?
With the couple with the baby outside.
Yeah, but it's like we're a couple of episodes within each other of like, again, this is my opinion that Jimmy did intentionally trick her. But now we're like multiple events within a very short time frame of Kim being like, no. And Jimmy being like, okay, but yes. And it's just like, oh my God.
But I'm going to do it anyway. And then after the fact, it's like that. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. That should be Jimmy's catchphrase.
Yeah, because Jimmy's like, look at the results. Let's not look at how I got here.
Yeah, but you could feel how much Kim was absolutely fuming. And when we started episode 6, I generally try not to look at the titles. But as we're sitting here, and I mean, it's hard to, Wexler, I feel like is such like a strange
standout name.
Yeah. Like it's not something usual. So I was like, Wexler. And then I was like, Wexler v. Goodman.
Yeah.
So I knew there was going to be some sort of fight.
Some showdown.
But I could not at any point have predicted that.
Yeah. And I mean, Kim put it perfectly. Like, Saul Goodman won. Jimmy won.
Yeah. Like, congrats. You won.
Yeah.
But I honestly, like, for a second there, I really thought, I thought Kim was going to break up with Jimmy. But I also thought Kim was going to be like, oh, like, congrats, you won. But we all got let go. Or Mesa Verde, like, dropped whatever the law firm is, Rich's law firm.
Right. Like Schweiker and Coakley or something like that.
So I thought that was going to be worse.
Maybe it is, and we just didn't see that point or something. But
no, I feel like she would have brought that up. But and Merritt, like, oh my God.
I think it's just has to do purely with like, now they can never have to testify.
I mean, I get it, but.
Because Kim loves Jimmy, but she doesn't love the thought of Jimmy doing bad things. But if they're married, now Jimmy can do whatever the hell he wants. And Kim could at least just, turn the other way and be like, oh, okay, at least legally, I don't have to worry about any of this shit because I don't have to testify against him ever.
Yeah. But like, that's
the future you want.
Yeah. That's where you want to go here.
It's just, yeah. I mean, the progression of Saul Goodman, I feel like is so fast because Saul Goodman started season 5. We're only like little more than halfway through season 5. He's just so aggressive. Like, don't do the 50% off. Okay, does the 50% off. Don't do the whole scam in the court, whatever. Does that. Goes against Kim here. I don't know what I'm missing with his desire to just torture the shit out of Howard. Like...
The Howard stuff is so funny because I also do not understand what's happening here. I feel like things got so much worse with Howard after Chuck's death, but I don't really understand why. Like, is he just taking out any aggression that he had still towards Chuck, or any feelings of not regret, feelings of what's it?
Guilt?
Yeah. Is he just taking that out on Howard? Because it feels like he's really just messing with Howard, but for what reason?
Yeah, like Howard, I mean, we've said plenty of negative things about Howard, but we've also said plenty of positive things.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I feel like for anyone, Howard definitely grew on you.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it was very clear. It was shown in the show how much control Chuck had over the decisions Howard was able to make and stuff. So it's like we could have had a much different relationship with Howard and Chuck and Jimmy if Chuck wasn't so anti-Jimmy from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like Howard was never this terrible person, and like the general feeling is that Howard is much more responsible for Chuck's death, but Jimmy knows the truth. So like I don't get the anger, or I don't even know if it's anger. I think he's just having a blast just fucking with Howard, and maybe the comments can explain it a little bit more to us, because I think he's just having fun with fucking with him. But if it's deeper than that, let us know. I like kind of your point. Like, I feel like it is his like last connection to Chuck.
Yeah.
Because Howard was so caring and loving towards Chuck. You know, we saw Chuck multiple times. He was always there. He was always wanting to help Chuck. Like, there was no one closer to Chuck other than Jimmy compared to Howard.
For sure.
Is it just that connection that he's like, it's almost like he can still fuck with Chuck if he fucks with Howard?
Yeah, it's so strange. And these aren't like small things that he's doing.
No, it's not like a little prank or something. Like, you destroyed his very expensive car.
Yeah, that he loves that car.
Yeah, and then you destroyed his image in front of other...
and it's his favorite restaurant. Like, this is his go-to place.
Yeah.
Like, you've tainted that for him. And then also, there's a judge there. He's there with other lawyers.
Oh, it's gonna spread. I mean, if the story of the hole-in-one was the talk of the town...
Oh, right?
The story of Howard's hookers is gonna be every lawyer's dream.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Poor Howard.
Because, I mean, there were so many things to root for Jimmy in the earlier seasons when he is trying to do like good things and he's kind of doing it in sketchy ways. It was way easier to be just like, oh, that's just Jimmy. Like, now it's just like, dude, why are you fucking with Howard? He's done nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why are you so blatantly disregarding Kim's wishes?
He cannot help himself.
It's like an exponential rise in Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's not gradual.
No, it's not some like easy progression. It's just like, whoop, okay, now we're at the top.
Yeah. It was fast.
Yeah.
It was fast. Mike, Nacho, Lalo, Gus.
Yeah, that whole storyline. Episode 5 was mostly Mike recovering.
Yes, yeah. So Gus picked him right up, as we assumed he's always being watched.
Yeah.
And he was then brought to Mexico. And we see who we think is the same doctor who kept Gus alive, or brought Gus back to life.
I think so.
Back in Breaking Bad. And we see the fountain that Gus has dedicated to his previous partner. I don't remember what his name was.
Yeah, we're just assuming because we don't remember the name, but it only makes sense that is a memorial for his partner.
Yeah. No, I think I don't remember what his name is. We're watching Mike, and I love kind of the moments that he's having with the people there.
Yeah.
And, fixing things and just kind of getting to be Mike.
Right.
And then in episode 6, we just quickly see him brought right back into the thick of it.
Yeah, because I mean, Gus phrases it that like he is different. Like, I'm going up against the Salamancas. You know how terrible the Salamancas are. They threatened your family. Mm-hmm. They're evil psychopath killers. I'm better, So Mike kind of just eats that up. Not easily. Like, Mike is very slow to work on, but Gus did his due diligence to slowly chip away at Mike.
Yeah.
So we just see them back in America, and Mike is just working with Gus again as his soldier against the Salamancas.
Yeah, and the conversation between Mike and Nacho was very interesting.
Yeah.
Nacho kind of trying to warn Mike, like, do you know who you're working for? And for Mike to be like, who are you to talk?
Right.
Like, I warned you before any of this went down. So they're both obviously not in a great place. We know Mike's fate. We have no idea what's going to happen to Nacho, but his poor dad has been dragged into this. So that looked like a kind of turning point for Mike as well.
Yeah. I have hope that maybe at some point Mike is going to tell Gus, like, yes, I am your soldier. We are going against the Salamancas. I'll help you take down Lalo. We don't need to threaten this dude's dad.
Yeah.
That does not seem like Mike to go after innocent people. I mean, that's why he wanted to kill. He almost killed Hector because Hector shot an innocent passerby who helped. So it's like, I don't think Mike is going to suddenly be in the place where it's like, yeah, let's kill Nacho's dad. I'm totally cool with that.
No, 100%. And I don't actually think that Gus wants to do that. I think he wants to threaten it. But Nacho has not done anything to not do what Gus is wanting him to do. So I don't really, like, I'm not fully afraid for Nacho's dad, but I don't think that Mike would ever do anything in that. But I also don't think that Mike can say anything to Gus about it, because then it'll be clear that they know each other because they discussed it.
Yeah. If it comes up naturally again, maybe Mike will put his foot down
and be like, why are you getting this random guy involved? Or maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
We've seen a lot more evil, vicious sides of Gus in Better Call Saul compared to Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we see him literally kill in Breaking Bad, so it's kind of ridiculous for me to say that. But I think
it feels different.
It feels like, oh wow, we're really peeling back the layers of how crazy and evil Gus is.
Yeah.
And he does not seem very different. Like if you compare the two, Salamanca's threatened family, Gus threatens family.
Yeah.
We're both threatening innocent people.
And then we have the whole conversation of Mike with the librarian.
Yes.
That was very interesting. You know, he's in there as a PI and he's essentially coaxing her to call the detective. He also kind of lays a secondary layer of that by getting that
report
over to the detective. So he's really kind of doing their job for them in order to catch Lalo. And they do.
And I, again, going back to, we finished filming and we talked off camera, but I was like, man, how's Lalo going to get out of this? And you were like, he's going to call Saul. And I was like, duh, like, of course.
So Saul's going to get wrapped up again, getting sucked deeper into the drug side of this.
Which is going to be real interesting how that, I feel like this is going to maybe make Gus show up at some point, because Gus knows that Saul is the lawyer who helped Lalo set up the CI, the informant, with the DEA.
Mm-hmm.
And now if Saul is the lawyer who gets Lalo out of jail, then Gus is going to be like, who the fuck is this lawyer? Because he's messing up my plans as much as Lalo is.
True. Yeah, it'll be putting a little bit of a target on Saul.
Yeah, I mean, we know Saul has a working relationship with Mike in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and they already know each other here. He's tried to get Mike to help him. I mean, Mike did help him in the beginning with a couple of things with that original family.
Right, the odd jobs here or there.
Yeah, so they already do have a relationship. So Gus and Mike will probably have a discussion.
Yeah, be like, all right, let's just get this lawyer in check.
Yeah.
Let's just get him on our side.
Yeah.
Lots of developments. Episode 5, mostly Mike recovering. Episode 6, jaw on the floor.
Well, and Saul just messing with the construction.
Yes, which I believe that main construction worker is Bender from Futurama.
Okay.
I'm like 99% sure. That was just a hilarious series of events of like the lengths and the creativity, the hustle of Saul Goodman.
Always.
Just so ridiculous. And every time it would be like the cop being like, gotta make a call. Like I gotta make another call. Like special artifacts, radiation, Jesus popping up on the side of the wall. Like, oh my gosh. So that was just pure excellence and comedy in episode 5. But what a great couple of episodes. And yeah, I mean, 4 more episodes for season 5. And
Which
I think
is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think they're going to be explosive because episode 6 was just insane. And I have a feeling it's going to get crazier from here.
I agree.
So if you'd like to see the full-length reaction for this as well as everything else that we've reacted to, a link to our Patreon is in the description. If you'd like to interact with us on any other types of social media, all those links are in the description as well. And with that, peace everyone.
Bye.
Bye.